Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again. Today, the Russians conducted another massive missile and drone attack on Ukraine on the night of the 10th to 11th of April 2024. I made a video a minute ago with all that, with the details, what kind of airplanes, what kind of missiles, what kind of targets were hit or attacked, the locations where the airplanes took off, and the communique coming from the Russian Ministry of Defense and what the Ukrainians said about the damage. This is the video I posted. Massive Russian missile drone attack, 82 destroyed. Destroys Ukraine energy infrastructure in 5 oblasts. So that is, I'm going to go now to a specific place where the Ukrainians had some damage. The Russians hit a thermal power plant near Kiev. I think is the biggest, according to an article. So I'm not going to go over the general overview of the attack. You can go and watch that on the video I posted. I will just show you a few pieces of information before, so I make like I introduce you to the issue. Here is Ukrainska Pravda, large-scale Russian attack on 11 April. Ukraine's air defense destroyed 57 out of 82 Russian drones and missiles. This is the evidence, okay? Now, the second one is this. Russian armed forces launched massive strike on Ukraine's fuel and energy facilities. And then we go, Russia damages Ukrainian power facilities in 5 oblasts, as I indicated. And this is what they used. They used the 295 MS strategic bomber from Engels airfield. Then they used Kinzhal with MiG-31K, 6 of them, and then they used Sukhoi 34s to some guided bombs. So this is what they use, and that gets me to this article, and I'm going to discuss the damage, the destruction, because you're going to see in this one, destroyed the Trypillia thermal power plant, utterly destroyed in Russian attack. So, unfortunately, the Russians are returning the favor, and other people are celebrating in many places, unfortunately, counting their money and their stocks. Let's see what's going on here. And I have a map to show you where this power plant is. The Trypillia thermal power plant has been completely destroyed in a large-scale Russian missile attack on the early morning of 10 to 11 April. Chairman of this Centrenergo company, a major electric and thermal energy producing company in Ukraine's center and east, in a comment to the Interfax Ukraine news agency. That's what that person says. Hota, that person, reported that all the workers who were on shift during the attack have survived. The bombardment caused a large-scale fire in the turbine hall. Done. Efforts to contain the fire are currently underway. It is noted that PJSC Centrenergo has lost 100% of power generation. And they give you here the information I already gave you, what happened. They attacked Odessa, Zaporozhye, Lviv, Kharkiv, Kiev. They also attacked Mykolaiv. They attacked Kherson. And they said Kiev here. Yeah. Okay. So during the missile attack, 2 thermal power plants, TPPs, owned by DTEK, the largest private energy company in Ukraine, severely damaging the equipment of the facilities. Okay, so that's this little article. Let's go now. This article, Russian airstrike destroys major Kiev power plant, damage other stations. Oh man, this is war. Look at that. Unbelievable. The major attack more than 2 years since Russia's full-scale invasion completely destroyed the Trypillia coal power plant near the capital. A senior official, Trypilska, that's the name of it, but Trypilska is different than the one I read. So unconfirmed footage showed on social media showed the fire raging at a large Soviet-era facility and black smoke bleaching out of it. It's okay. The profiteers of the war will reconstruct a better one with the bank's money. So good job. All right, so this is another article coming from Ukrinform. Trypillia destroyed by Russian attack. The attack came pop. Trypillia power plant and PJSC Centrenergo lost all its generation. As a result of today's massive attack, Russian troops completely destroyed the thermal power plant. It's okay, these guys are going to give you the money, the banks. All the employees are alive, nothing happened more than that. And we have here the location of the power plant. One of Ukraine's most powerful stations. So it was not the biggest, but one of the most powerful stations. What is known about Trypillia power plant destroyed by Russia? Here is a picture of the facility. And I'm going to go to another picture taken from the other side. So this is the back and the other one is the facade with the beautiful windows, right? Correct. So this is the facade with beautiful pop, and you got the reality in the back right here. And we have the location. So this is Kiev, and it's southeast a little bit of Kiev. We're going to have another map, and we're going to find it nevertheless. Map of Ukraine. Here is Kiev, and it should be a little bit south of Kiev. Or Kiev, how do you want me to say it? I say however I want, Kiev, okay? That's the way I learned when I was a kid. So it's after this little bulge here, elbow. That's how I learned it as a kid, and I'm going to use it. And in a free country, if I'm a free person, I can do whatever I want, right? So here it is in this area, is south of Kiev. Kiev, pop. So now we know what's going on, and the Russians successfully destroy that. Unfortunately, there are people that will suffer, and I think this war again should not have started between brothers, cousins, who sometimes they don't like one another, but I don't think to that point in which a war like this should start. But I think that's a clear assessment, that foreign interest, from outside of Ukraine and Russia, orchestrated and instigated and maneuvered politicians, military personnel, financial institutions in destroying, so then can reconstruct. But again, the goal is not even Russia, the goal is China through Russia. Russia provides energy to China, and not only Russia is too strong, China is too strong. When I say too strong for Al Capone, and Al Capone isn't going down, these guys are going up, so they don't want to intersect somewhere and then give the, here you go, keep going, you're gonna be the leader of this planet. Hey, this is the way it is between the big dogs. They fight for spheres of influence, and sometimes they fight with proxies. In this case, I think Ukraine is a proxy used by those interests that use the United States of America as well, who uses NATO, uses the European Union in order to steal resources. It's a war on resources. If you remember Mad Max, the movie, the real Mad Max, not the fucking garbage these guys came up later. It was like, oh my God, what is this? All the right messages in this film. The right blonde, blue-eyed, the right female fighting, and the good people being those, and the bad people being... All right, so the real Mad Max with Mel Gibson, the ones from Australia, right? When they fought for resources. I think it was Mad Max, what was that, 3 maybe, or 2? Was the one with that surrounded area where they were defending themselves, and then they were fighting for oil, for the benzene, for the gas. Not the one with Tina Turner, not the first one. So I can't remember which one is it, 2 or 3. I think it's 3. But nevertheless, go and watch them, beautiful movies. Not too idiotic like these guys are making right now. Like a... Anyway, so here is, my friends, attack destroyed, and like Metallica's song play, whatever you want to call it, Seek and Destroy, successful from the Russian part. Unfortunately, it's okay. Money from the International Monetary Fund or the World Bank, or who knows what other international banks will pour in. If, I mean, even now they will reconstruct it. So yeah, it's a win-win for those guys, and lose-lose for the Ukrainians. And thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.